Now, the hostage deal has seen months of back and forth on the negotiation table. In the epicenter of the demands is a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. Now, where do these negotiations stand? Our next report will tell you more.
The diplomatic corridors of Qatar remain busy. Months of back and forth and hectic negotiations later, the Israel-Hamas hostage deal is still precarious. Latest developments indicate that Qatar, a key negotiator for the ceasefire, is amping up pressure on Hamas. Several reports suggest a 6-week ceasefire is on the table. To facilitate the exchange of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners. However, the militant group has shot down any such claims by Qatar, refusing any preliminary confirmation on this deal with Israel. Qatar's officials now say that Hamas has received the deal positively, but is yet to accept it. The deadlock still persists. Hamas wants Israeli troops out of Gaza and all Palestinian prisoners back home. But Israel's Prime Minister had made it clear that pulling out of Gaza will not happen until their goal is achieved.
I hear sayings about all kinds of hostage deals. So I want to clarify, we will not end this war short of achieving all of its objectives. That means eliminating Hamas, returning all of our hostages, and ensuring that Gaza will no longer pose a threat to Israel. We will not withdraw the IDF from the Gaza Strip, and we will not release thousands of terrorists. None of this will happen. What is going to happen? An absolute victory.
Inside Israel's borders, pressure is mounting on Netanyahu over the delayed hostage deal. On the one hand, far-right leaders have put Bibi in the spotlight to ensure that the IDF does not retreat from the Gaza Strip. Ben-Gvir, who has previously made headlines over his remarks inciting genocide of Palestinians, leads the charge against Netanyahu.
Today, everyone already understands that fleeing brings war, and that if you don't want another October 7th, you have to return home to control the territory.
But it's not just political pressure that plagues the Prime Minister's already delicate position. Families of hostages and hundreds of Israelis have been long protesting against the Israeli government to bring the captives back home.
That there was a clear demand of the permanent ceasefire ahead of the negotiations, which I believe that we moved from that place to a place where it has potentially might lead to a ceasefire permanently in the future. And this is what we are all aiming for, because we've seen also the suffering of the people in Gaza, and we've seen the amount of destruction over there.
We miss them, that we won't rest until they are home. Them specifically, Gali and Ziv, and all the hostages. This is the mission of our life, and we won't stop, and we love them very much.
Hostages who were freed in November have also been leading the charge, urging Netanyahu and the war cabinet to take a deal. But for Bibi, carrying out the military operations to eliminate Hamas is a non-negotiable. Should the 6-week ceasefire be agreed upon, what still remains unclear is the fate of Gaza after the truce expires. And a pertinent question continues to linger. At what cost of human lives in Gaza will Israeli forces eliminate Hamas? Bureau Report WION, World is One.